Hey everybody, welcome back to the 1RC YouTube channel. Today we're going to have a bit of a sneak peek at an upcoming project and wanted to give you guys some tips on how we do our magnetic body mounts so we don't have any body clips and posts sticking through the body. For today's project we're going to be using these neodymium magnets. These little guys have the recessed hole in the middle that will accept a 3mm screw with a countersunk head. If you want to drill your body posts and affix them mechanically, you can. For this project, we just cut our body posts off and epoxied the back of the magnet to it. Seems to hold really well. Done it on a couple of projects and it's held up very well. For epoxy, we're using JB Weld's Clear Weld. This two-part epoxy here. The plunger, it mixes right in the nozzle. Sets up in 5 minutes, dries in an hour. For $5, you really can't beat it. It doesn't really affect the paint at all. And it's much stronger than shoe glue. You can also use shoe glue to hold it down. It takes about 24 hours to set up. There's more of a chance of it moving around. And personally, I just prefer to use the two-part epoxy. On the body here, this is J-Concepts SVT Lightning No Prep body. You can see that we already have some masking tape on there. For this project, you can see here we've already got the magnets already mounted to the chassis. We've got two in the front, two in the rear in our standard body post locations. And what we'll be doing today is 3 more of these guys. You can see we've got one already epoxied in there. Wanted to save the other 3 for you guys, but we are to the point now of actually putting the magnets on the body. As you can see, we've already got the masking tape down. Put down 1 layer of masking tape, and that will protect the outside of the body from getting any scratches should the magnets shift around. And then I like to put, there's a second magnet on the outside of the shell that lines up with the magnet already on the body post. And what this does is allows me to set the body left, right, fore, and aft in exactly the point where I want it to be. And once I've done that, nothing is in stone yet, but put a second piece of masking tape over top, holds everything in place. And then when I take the body off, the magnets stay in place and I can epoxy to the inside because the magnet on the outside holds it in place and nothing moves. So that's the most secure way that I've found of doing this so far. And it hasn't failed me yet. Crossed fingers that today will not be the exception. We're going to do a quick jump cut and get our epoxy ready to go. Okay, to begin with, just mix a little bit of the epoxy here. This is actually just the container that it comes in, that comes with this little stick to stir everything up with. Mix a little bit into the container. Thoroughly stir that together. It is a 2-part epoxy. And what I like to do is place the magnet inside the body. What I will do is place the magnet inside the body, exactly where it needs to go, and then take note of where that is. Mix a little bit of the epoxy up onto the stick. Place it inside the shell, spread it around, place the magnet into the epoxy. That will give it a mechanical hold on the bottom. And now I take just a bit of extra epoxy and go around the edges. Now, since there is a neodymium magnet on the outside of the shell, there's no worries about the magnet moving around while you're moving the body to get to the rear mounts. You can see there, I mean, it's not exactly the cleanest, but for on camera, I think it'll work. And this is on the underside, so you'll never see it anyway. One tip I can offer, if you want to draw a circle around the body of the magnets to help locate it when you put the epoxy down initially, you can just take a silver Sharpie and go around it. I did that on the first one. It seems to help a little bit. I prefer just to kind of do it all in one swoop. Pull the magnet up, put the epoxy down, put the magnet back down, and then fill it in. Now for this one, I'm going to add a little bit extra in the center. You can do this. It's just a little extra insurance. But with the strength of this JB Weld quick weld, the clear weld, it's really, you don't have to go too crazy with it. It sticks pretty well so long as you get it in the right spots around the magnets. I used this originally on a crawler body, and no matter how many times I've flipped that, it's held on pretty well. So, and there we have the rear body mounts in. And like the package says, it takes about 5 minutes for this to set up, and it's completely cured in 1 hour. These magnets come from Amazon. Got a 16 pack for, they're a little pricey. I think they're about $14 when I bought mine. And the JB Weld Quick Weld came from Rural King, $4.99 a pack. Had, again, no issues with it, so we'll let it set and dry and be back with the finished product shortly. Okay, we let that dry overnight. We had some severe thunderstorms last night. Didn't really want to be in the shop during that kind of weather. So we let these dry for going on about 12 hours now. And you can see they're shiny, but they're completely stuck down. There's the rears. Goodness. There we go. There's the rears. Got a little wild with that little string there. Thank goodness that's on the inside. I'm not going to try to peel that up for fear of trying to keep the paint stuck down, but they are on. They are complete. So the last thing to do will be to pull the masking tape off the outside of the body here. And you can see that masking just helps protect the shiny side of the Lexan there. And just simply slide them off to the side. And off they come. If you're watching this live today, which is June 21st, 2021, today's Amazon Prime Day, I found a 40-pack of these magnets for $14.95. So, a fair bit better deal than what was available before. And I'll leave a link down below in the description. That way everybody that would like to try this can pick some up. Was able to pick up a few good deals today. If anybody has any recommendations for deals they found for Amazon Prime Day on RC stuff, just post it down below in the comments. Love to have you share that. And last but not least, the last of the magnets. Set the tape here off to the side. And clip on. That's really all there is to it to set the body. You can see we've got the Racer's Edge High Performance Auto parts on the door. There was a little bit more to that decal, but unfortunately our cutter will not cut that small. So it's a tribute build. Obviously, you know, Brian's Lightning didn't have slicks and skinnies and a 4-foot wheelie bar hanging out the back, nor did it have a tonneau cover. Nor did it have tinted windows from any of the reference photos that I could find. But this is our tribute to Brian, to Paul Walker. Obviously, we've got the movie coming up next week. So we're excited. You know, it's part of growing up for people our age. And really happy to see J Concepts making a scale proportion body for no prep. I was really surprised at this body. The consistency in the mold was really good. I mean, outstanding. There are no thin spots on that body, and it's thick, it's tough. The window masks were second to none. This back window, I'll turn the truck around here. The back window you see here, that was one mask. And it adhered to the slider portion perfectly. There was zero issues. I'll go back in later and fill that in as black trim like the real truck would have had, but those window masks really impressed me. For me, they're a little hard to use because they are light blue, but that's J Concepts window mask material. I'll sacrifice the ease of use for how well they stay stuck and how well they work. So, but there we have it. There's Brian's Racer's Edge parts delivery truck from the first Fast and Furious, mounted on our Associated DR10 team kit. Going to be trying to get the truck out and run it this week. Like I said, we're getting thunderstorms. Actually, later this afternoon. It's already getting dark outside here. So as soon as the ground dries up and we can find a clean area to go run, we'll get some footage of the truck actually out and running. And we should be having a few more no prep related reveals in the coming week. We do have a big project announcement coming up in the next few days about another rear-wheel drive chassis. And I have a new speed control coming for Project What the Front Wheel Drive. We're going with a 120 amp hobby wing. It's the 10BL 120, the same one that's in the DR10. We're hoping that'll solve all of our cogging issues. That would be nice. So we'll see how that fares. Got a good deal today on one. Couldn't pass it up. So we'll try that out. But there it is. Magnetic body mounts in a few simple steps. Pretty much anybody can do. If you have any questions, post them down below in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. You know, it really helps the algorithm. I hate to preach on that. I really don't want to, but unfortunately, getting a channel built, we need subscribers. So if you'd like to help in that, please click that subscribe. Click the bell if you'd like to be notified of future videos coming up. And we'll talk to you next time. Thanks again for watching.